Hello everyone. Today I would like to present my research about tea life. What is management and explain about the four management functions the tea life company. Management is the coordination and administration of tasks to achieve a goal. Such administration activities include setting the organization's strategy and coordinating the effort of staff accomplish this objective through the application of available resources. Management can also refer to the seniority structure of staff members within an organization. The first function of management is planning. Planning means setting an organization goals and significant how to attain them. Planning involves choosing mission and objective and the action to realize them. It requires decision making or choosing future courses of action from among alternatives. Brian Low planning to previous brand called Cha Time changed with now brand called Tea Life. This is because the original disagreement between Cha Time and Tea Life started back in January when La Cafa, the Taiwanese owner of the Cha Time brand, published they had ended the master franchise agreement with Brian Low and his company Loop Holdings, even though the agreement still had more than 20 years to go. The reason for the termination was that Loop Holdings was apparently using raw materials that were not part of the determined to produce its tea, so Brian Loop planning to change the brand from Chatime to Tea Life. In a recent interview, he mentioned that he intends to raise the number of outlets from 160 to 250 by the end of October. An ambitious goal achieved, he wants to establish Tea Life as the number one bubble tea brand in Malaysia. The second function of management is organizing. Along with planning, a manager's organizational skills can help to ensure a company or departmental units run smoothly. From establishing internal processes and structure to knowing which employees or team are best suited for specific tasks, keeping everyone and everything organized throughout daily operation are important functions of management. T-Life company offer to everyone who wants to start a business. T-Life team will guide from setting up to starting your stone through their partnership program, tailored to various levels of expertise and involvement. The third function of management is leading. Leading is the use of influence to motivate employees to achieve organizational goals. Managers must be able to make employees want to participate in achieving an organizational goals. Brian Lu described in an interview that the DNA of Loop Holdings built up upon four values, which is entrepreneurship, passion, teamwork, and honesty. Brian Lu has called his employees as Lubies. He told that those four values are at the core of a Lubies DNA. The last function of management is controlling. Controlling means monitoring employees' activities, determining whether the organization is on target toward its goal and making corrections as necessary. Looking out of the box enable Brian Lu to question themselves hard enough to decide on what it would take to build a particular sort of organization for the future. Brian Lu said he only wants to do and see things very differently from the industry. Brian takes their chosen business model as a guide for creating Luke Holdings training program. Brian said, from a simplified business model, it leads into training that is also technically quite simple. Training a single individual with no previous F&B background used to take T-Life 28 days, but with multiple integration of technology and kitchen display system, Loop holding can reduce a 28-day training program to a 7-day. With a 7-day training program, there's less worry over trainee dropout because the amount of time invested in the trainings is minimal in comparison to the past program of 28 days. Top manager at Loop Holding Sendirian Berhad is Brian Low. The first role top manager perform in organization is figurehead. As a manager, we have social, ceremonial, and legal responsibilities. They are expected to be a source of inspiration. People look up to them as a person with authority and as a figurehead. Brian Low is an entrepreneur who does not give up easily. Despite failing many times, he still rose to achieve his dream. The second one is leader. This is where they provide leadership to their team, their department, or perhaps their entire organization, and it's where they manage the performance and responsibilities of everyone in the group. Brian Lu applies 14 in his employees, such as entrepreneurship, patience, teamwork, and honesty. The third role is liaison. Managers must communicate with internal and external contacts. They need to be able to network effectively on behalf of their organization. Brian Low has a strong business network to maintain his business. The fourth role is monitor. In this role, managers regularly seek out information related to their organization and industry, looking for relevant changes in the environment. They also monitor their team in terms of both their productivity and their well-being. Brian Lu always looking for information related to the organization and industry and also constantly ensure the effectiveness of its product and the well-being of its employees. Next role is disseminator. This is where management communicate potentially useful information to their colleagues and their team. Brian Low always gives useful information to his employees. Spokesperson. Managers represent and speak for their organization. In this role, managers are responsible for transmitting information about their organization and its goal to the people outside it. Brian Low always gives information about new activities of his company and he also always states his goal to the public. Entrepreneur. As a manager, they create and control change within the organization. This means solving problems, generating new ideas, and implementing them. Brian Low always looking for ways to entice customers to buy its products, such as diversifying the tea life menu. The next role stock manager is disturbance handler. When an organization or team hits an unexpected roadblock, it's the manager who must take charge. They also need to have immediate dispute within it. Brian Low always has a way to solve every problem that arises in his organization. Resources allocator. Managers also need to determine where organizational resources are best applied. This involves allocating funding as well as assigning staff and other organizational resources. Brian Low ensures where and how organizational resources are used so that there are no irregularities in the use of company funds. Negotiation. Managers may be needed to take part in and direct important negotiations within their team, department, or organization. Brian Low always consults with his team to always provide the best service to customers. The fact that innovation allows organizations to stay relevant in the competitive market. It also plays an important role in economic growth. The ability to resolve critical problems depends on new innovation and especially developing countries need it more than ever. The innovation that Brian Low made to Tea Life Shop is Tea Life Street Store Design, which allows them to open a shop in an area of only 600 to 1000 at petrol station and 1000 to 1500 at LRT station. Smart innovations such as this help T-Life fight the high cost of retail, rental and wages, which are two of the biggest challenges facing a group operating. The next innovation for T-Life is strawless reusable bubble tea cup. This innovative cup houses an inner compartment that holds topping on top of customers' drink. This allows the topping to flow from cup to mouth smoothly with every sip, thus eliminating the need for a straw. Everyone can make their own bubble tea at home with Tea-Life's do-it-yourself bubble tea set. An innovative and unique feature is the initiative of the home-grown lifestyle tea brand to remain relevant to tea lovers and to tell them that despite the period of movement control order was imposed, everyone was affected. Brian Lu said even during MCO, Tea Life want to be there with lovers even they are staying at home.